Hello, family. Welcome to my channel. I'm Glacia, intuitive life coach and Ascension guide. And this video is for September, and I just wanted to kind of go over a little bit about what we saw last month. And that was, a lot of recognizing that we're shifting into some different timelines. The pressure feels like it's been on for a while, and it seemed to increase last month. And by pressure, I mean kind of the situations that you've been facing almost feel more intense the more you're trying to find a solution to them. And so the recognition that we're in the unity consciousness grid also is part of this huge awakening that is sweeping humanity right now. And you can see it with a lot of people really feeling called in new directions. So that's another one of the things that we've been seeing a lot is people really shifting into the positions that they really want to be in, choosing things that make them happy. Kind of, these new energies are allowing us to go into this new paradigm of expression and work and art and lifestyle and all of that kind of mixed together to allow us to have our own unique way of moving through the world, right? So we're kind of letting go of the cookie cutter style of, everyone has to do it this way. If this is your job, you all do it this way. Or if that's your job, you all do it that way. And really moving into this personalized, unique, sovereign, individual way while recognizing our interconnectedness and our really the unity that exists for us, right? That there's no separation between us. Energetically speaking, we're all one. So some of the symptoms people are facing right now too are feeling like they're having kind of a breakdown, almost reaching their threshold with whatever it is they're facing too, kind of reaching a breaking point. And that is to be viewed more like the challenge that you have to complete at the end of this level that you've been on for a bit, right? This allows you to level up. And we're really having to face a lot of our stories or personal lies or things we've made up about our past or ourselves that create limitations. And that can take some time to work through and sort through and to even acknowledge that we do that, right? As humans, we don't want to admit that we create these things in our mind and act as if they're true and base our life on them, but it might just actually be a story and not based in absolute truth, right? But anyways, so feeling like when people start waking up too fast, right? This is when they start to have almost the nervous or mental breakdowns. This is when people start to really feel uncomfortable with where they're at in the world and not be able to function very good within the world. They're out of sync essentially with the energies around them. And this can be very detrimental for people to move through if they don't understand what's going on. So when you understand that you're going through some major purging process or some type of breakdown that is part of your breakthrough, because breakdowns and breakthroughs happen because you're asking for something different. So if you think about it, this is funny, this just came to me. If you think about life kind of like Legos, right? So you have this box of Legos and you're going to be building things with it, and then you get to break things down and build different things with it, right? So this is kind of what we're doing. We're breaking down what doesn't work for us. We're breaking down the limitations and the programs and all of these different ways of being that we felt we had to follow. So with society, we kind of feel like we have to do it a certain way because everyone else does it that way. And that's just kind of, the rule, the unspoken rule in many cases. But it's like what's kind of silently expected. And we're able to now push beyond that and step into such an individual role that we're actually shifting the way that society runs itself. And what's shifting on the inside for us is really the most important thing. So we've talked about inner work for years on this channel. And I'm sure many of you have been putting in hours and hours and hours of inner work, over the years, probably months of inner work, really. And this is actually shifting the collective reality. And so right now, being in this really big collective breakdown, and this is a breakdown of false structures, a breakdown of synthesized realities, and things that aren't quite reflecting the ultimate truth about creation and about you and who you are and what you're capable of. So anyways, when people go through major awakenings, they really have a hard time coping with the new perception of reality and can feel like they're going crazy. So this is something that we really have to be patient with ourselves and with others and understand that sometimes we may be pretty sensitive. We may need kind of some extra space to really process this reality that is shifting so rapidly that we almost can't keep a hold of it, right? So with the activations that we have, we end up having a variety of symptoms off and on, right? I've spoken about this before, and I'll share it again for those of you who haven't heard me say this, but the ascension symptoms are not really something that's constant. You know, you can go through cycles, certainly in your life, and it can seem like things drag on. But with the ascension symptoms, usually they'll come and go, and they can come and go throughout the day, or come and go for a couple of days, or a couple of times, or over a couple of weeks, or whatever, right? Over years even. And some of the major ones that we have right now are the tingling in the body, chills, and of course fatigue. That's just ongoing. You're learning how to hold more and more light. So we get tired. The physical body gets tired, right? So, and then also heart palpitations can also be felt when we're going through these major heart activations. So if you think of the different energy centers in your body, whenever we go through an activation in one of these centers, so with your heart, that is how you reach out into the world, right? How you connect to the world and others in the world. And so when you think about having a major awakening, in the way that you connect with others and relate with others, and you're able to like soften the way that you are, or maybe break down walls that were around your heart, you end up having symptoms in your physical body that are actually a representation of what's going on in your energy body or your etheric body. The etheric body is like the template for the physical body, right? And when you start leveling up and you can hold massive more light, and you let go of things that act as filters, so heartache, heartbreak, sadness, sorrow, grief, those are the things that, you kind of got to clear. Those are patterns of energy that you have to clear out of your field. And when you do that, you end up having these openings and expansions that your physical body will give you a notification on. You can also end up having headaches and blurry vision, but these will not last for months, right? So with the ascension symptoms, these may come and go for months, but not last for months as far as like you have headaches every day or something. You know, that's where it's like something's wrong in the body. But if they come and go, or if you notice like you're hyper aware of things and you end up having a headache, and other people are talking about headaches too, you don't always have to be in sync with other people and their symptoms, but sometimes we are. And so it can be good to share. You know, if you notice a bunch of the different symptoms, then you can kind of say, yeah, this is an ascension thing. And know that it's part of your body learning to hold more light as you become multidimensional. So when you're becoming multidimensional, if you think about this, if you're streaming light from a really, really incredibly high place, or I guess I should say high energy, high frequency, then your physical body will have to find a way to move that energy or hold it or stream it through you. And that can, take a toll on the body, but you can also notice it like as those tingles or chills or vibrations in your body too. You can feel like your body's vibrating sometimes. And all of those are really interesting symptoms, and they can be alarming at times, but that's your body's way of leveling up, and you're leveling up in your energy body as well. So if you think about you're building this multi-dimensional light body, because you're this eternal being, right? And you're going through this major process, this transformation of being able to work with light and consciousness in multiple different dimensions. So, so some more of the symptoms here that we're facing right now with the Ascension are feeling like so many different things are changing in your life. And I'm going to make a different video that really goes deeper into this and kind of when you're feeling lost and what's going on with that and how to kind of move through it. But with the things changing around us in really big ways, one thing that you may notice is an increase in creative energy. Okay, so finding ways to channel this will be really good, and it probably won't be hard to find the inspiration. So this may mean looking at different things, say on social media or wherever in the world, and feeling really inspired to do that yourself. And then you may, 2 weeks later or 2 days later, decide that no, you're not going to do that and you're going to do this other thing instead. And so giving yourself time before you jump into any really expensive projects that you have to invest in a lot of money in or something, or time or commitment into, really feel things out, because this is a time that it's almost like we're discovering with these new energies, we're discovering that we exist in the energies of possibility. And when you exist in the energies of possibility, you recognize that whatever it is that you desire, you actually can have it. So we spend a lot of our lives feeling sad that we can't have what we desire. Some people spend their entire lives feeling that, right? And so really knowing that you can have it and that you have the ability to create it is quite profound. Okay, well, that's what I have for you today, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I have a Patreon channel that I do a lot of different things on. If you'd like to check that out, I will be doing extended videos there too. So if you're interested in those, go ahead and check it out. There's a link in the description box. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.